We'll go ahead and get our class started. We have, we're going to do a balance challenge today. And if you would like, if you think it would help you in your practice, have a chair nearby. So I have one. I can show you what I've got. One of my dining room chairs. So if y'all want to grab a chair, I can show you real quick what the posture is going to be. You may not need a chair. It's kind of like stork pose, but we're going to add some twists. So you can have that foot on a chair. If you don't think you'll need a chair, you can come near a wall and then we'll grab our foot either with your hand or your strap and we would stretch that foot out. So that would be a separate modification. So the chair might come in handy. If you think you could use it for that pose, go ahead and grab it before we start our class. Let's get started. I almost said let's get dangerous for anyone who knows or has seen Darkwing Duck, old cartoon. Okay, go ahead and come to your mat. We're going to do a few seated stretching sequences. Sit tall. And just to give folks a little bit of time, if you are grabbing that chair, let's start with some pranayama. So alternate nostril breathing helps to balance both sides of the body. So sit nice and tall. Let the crown of your head feel just like it's floating upward, lengthen in through the neck. Feel a lightness in through the spine. As you inhale, let the abdomen expand and let the abdomen contract back in on the exhale. Let your right hand, so we should be mirror image, float up toward the nose and just test first. Place the thumb on the left nostril or the right nostril and inhale through the left. Release the thumb, place your ring finger or pinky or both on that left nostril, exhale right. Inhale right. At the top of the breath, switch, release those fingers and place the thumb and then exhale left. That is one round. And if you felt any, like one side was stopped up and you couldn't do that practice, then just leave the hand out of it and you can just imagine the breath coming in and out through the nose on those sides as I guide it, okay? Go ahead and let your right hand float back up. Place your right thumb on your right nostril. You can close your eyes. Breathe in through the left. Release the thumb, place the ring and or pinky on the left. Exhale right. Inhale right. Exhale left. Second round, inhale left. Switch, exhale right and lengthen that exhale. Inhale right. Switch, exhale left. Make that exhale longer. Inhale left. Switch, exhale right. Slow. Inhale right. Exhale left. Last round, inhale left. Exhale right. Nice and easy. Inhale right. Exhale left. Let your hand float down to your lap. Gently open your eyes. Sit tall and just notice how your body feels after that breath work. So you can do that pranayama practice anywhere. It really helps to just balance both hemispheres of the brain. And if you noticed one side of the nostril would have been more open than the other, possibly, we have, like, throughout the day, they'll switch. The right side will open for maybe 30 minutes to 2 hours, then it'll switch. And what's happening when the right side is more open, we tend to feel more awake and alert. On the flip side, when the left nostril is more open, we feel more relaxed. All right, let's take this in circles over the heart, starting to get that 360 stretch all the way around, helping to massage our digestive system and support and increase our metabolism. And switch to the other side. And come back to center. Place your left palm down beside you on the mat. And inhale, let your right arm sweep out to the side and over. Feel that lengthening all the way through the right side of the body. Even down into the right hip. Exhale, release that top hand down. Inhale, the left arm up. Excellent. Release that top hand down. Switch whichever foot is on bottom to the top. And take that heart over the hips in circles. Bring the focus of this stretch rather than in the center of the spine, like where the solar plexus is. Let's bring that down a little bit lower so that you feel more of like a circling at the hips. As you circle around, you'll feel the weight go to one side more than the other. And you can support this with the hands on your lap. And when you bring this stretch down into your hips, then you'll feel a little bit more TLC and stretch in those hips. Circle the other way. Come back to center. Allow your left heel to come toward your right hip. And then the right foot can either stay in front of that left ankle, left shin, or you can cross it over on the other side of that left thigh. A few options there for the placement of the feet. And then twist to your right. Allow your right hand to come to the floor or perhaps rest on your low back. Gentle to start. Feel your right shoulder blade hugging in toward the center of your back. And release back to the front. Switch to the other side. Right heel comes toward the left hip and just rest that right knee down on the floor in front. And then place your left sole of your foot wherever feels best. Either in front of the ankle, the right shin, or cross that over. On the other side of the left thigh. Sit tall. And then exhale, twist to your left. So the right arm hugs that left knee. The left arm either is on the floor, fingertips might be on the floor, kind of like this, or just rest that lower arm across the low back. hug your left shoulder blade in toward your spine. And release and uncross. Take this over to hands and knees on the mat for some cat-cows. Whatever you're using to lift your hips, you can set that to the side. Place a blanket on the mat under your knees if you have one available. Align yourself so that your hips are over your knees, shoulders over wrists. Spread your fingers wide apart. Take the gaze toward the top of the mat, and on your next inhale, sink the abdomen, lift the crown. Exhale, round the spine, tuck the chin and tailbone. Inhale, sink the abdomen, lift the tailbone and the crown. Exhale, round. Cat pose. Inhale to cow pose. Begin to flow with your own breath. A couple of more breaths. And on your next exhale, come back to a neutral spine. Bring your weight to your left palm and just check to make sure it feels in proper alignment. If you need to make a small adjustment to the placement of that left hand, go ahead and do so now. And then we're going to inhale the right arm forward, parallel to the floor. Exhale the left leg back behind. Feel the stretch across the abdomen, so we're building core strength. We're building our bone density in our wrists even. Anytime we put pressure on the mat, even standing helps to build bone density. Bend that back knee, reach back. Now there should never be any pain, so if you're experiencing any pain in this posture, come out of it or make adjustments that will support you. For example, you can come up on the knuckles instead of on the wrists. Release that back foot, reach down, let your palm find the mat, knee finds the mat, and then switch sides. Inhale the left arm forward, parallel to the floor. Extend your right leg behind you. And as you exhale, draw that navel in toward the spine. Keep your hips parallel to one another, even distanced away from the floor. It's easy to let that lifted leg, as it's going up, that same side hip will float up too. So it's easy to do that. So we just want to be mindful. On your next exhale, bend that lifted knee, reach back. Maybe the hand and foot connect. Maybe they don't. Use your ujjayi breath or ocean breath. Release the foot. Find the mat with your palm, with your knee. Tuck the toes, spread the fingers wide apart, and then press the hips back. Downward facing dog. First down dog of the practice, so be gentle. Pedal the feet. And lower the knees to the mat. realign your left wrist underneath your left shoulder, and you can even come up on the knuckles if the wrist is tired or fatigued. Bring your weight to your left knee. Extend your right leg behind, but keep those toes on the floor. And then plant the right heel behind the left toes. I'm gonna scooch her just a little bit. So the right toes are pointing away from the body. Modified side plank. You can keep this knee on the ground during this side plank. A few other options if you're ready and wanting to do something a little bit more. You can lift that lower knee and extend it out straight. I'm going to keep mine down, but you feel free to modify however is best for you today. Inhale, sweep the right arm up. And exhale, take that in a full circle like you're strumming a guitar, really big guitar. All the way around. And up. Feel the stretch all the way even into the abdomen, into the obliques, which are our side abs. Ab muscles. One more big circle. And the next time your hand comes close to the mat, go ahead and place that right hand down. Bring the right knee down to the mat. Keep those toes pointed and press the hips back. Let the forehead come to the mat. Child's pose. Circle the wrists. Circle them in the opposite direction. And bring the palms down onto the mat. Spread your fingers wide and then press up into your tabletop. And we're going to switch sides. So we're going to do that modified side plank or side plank. You can just turn. You can turn with me or you can stay where you're at, your choice. I'm bringing that blanket if you've turned around. And then aligning in your tabletop. And bring your right wrist underneath the right shoulder. Right knee underneath the right hip. And stretch your left leg out, back behind you. Inhale, let that left arm float out to the side and up. Good. Left toes can point away from the body. The left heel is aligned behind the right toes. Take your modification if you would like to have a little bit more power in this posture. If you are extending both legs, just make sure the hips aren't sinking down, that you have this upward energy. And then take that hand around. As you exhale, strum that guitar. Inhale the arm up. Good. And then the next time your hand comes toward the mat, go ahead and lower it down. Lower the left knee down to the mat. Point the toes, press the hips back, coming back into child's pose. Relax your forehead on the mat. Rotate the wrists in one direction. Rotate them the other way. And then walk the hands up toward the top of the mat. Feel the stretch all the way through the upper arms and all around the shoulders and shoulder blades. Gently lift the head away from the mat and walk your hands to the right. Feel that stretch all the way down the left arm into the left shoulder. can rest your head as an option. Lift the head if you've rested it and walk the hands through center over to the left and feel that stretch in through the right arm, right shoulder. Rest your head if you would like. Lift the forehead and walk the hands back to center. Press back up into tabletop. Gonna lower the body down to the mat. You can keep this blanket here, or if you want, you can move it out of the way. It just depends on if it bothers your hips being on the mat, then you can remove it. Bring your elbows underneath the shoulders. This is like a back bend, but we're in our prone position, facing the ground. A couple of options for modifying in this pose is to straighten the arms out. Keep your fingers spread wide. Scooch her just a little bit more. So fingers are spread wide, toes are pointed, the gaze is forward. That's just a modification, just an option. You can stay here with the elbows underneath the shoulders. Now, if you have straightened the arms, go ahead and bring the elbows back underneath the shoulders. Look toward the top of the mat and then dip the chin down until you start to feel a gentle stretch between the shoulder blades. On your next exhale, bring the palms underneath the shoulders, lower the torso to the mat, let your forehead rest. Bend your left knee. Reach back for your foot with your left hand. If it doesn't touch or connect, you can grab your strap and wrap it around your left ankle. On your next exhale, draw that left heel toward the left glute. Feel a stretch in the front of that left thigh or the quadriceps. On your next exhale, kick into that hand or strap. Allow the head to float away from the mat. Half bow pose. And lower down. Bring your left palm, place it under your left shoulder. Rest your forehead down on the mat. Bend your right knee. Reach back for that right ankle with your right hand. Gently draw the right heel toward the right hip. Feel the stretch in your right quadriceps. On your next exhale, kick into your right hand. Feel your right shoulder being drawn back. Lift the forehead. Use your left palm for support on that mat. Again, any pain, any numbness or tingling is not a welcome sensation. And if you're experiencing any of that, you'll want to just gently come out of the posture. One more deep breath. And exhale, lower the forehead down, release the foot. Bring your right palm underneath your right shoulder. Press up in through tabletop. Then we're going to turn back toward the other side and remove the blanket. from the mat, if you have one. Set it to the side for now. That'll be a great prop to have during the Yoga Nidra session at the end of this class. All right. Come back into tabletop. Tuck the toes. Press the hips back. Downward facing dog. Bring your weight to your right foot. Inhale your left leg up to the sky. Bend that left knee. On your next exhale, let your left knee float down next to your right knee and then cross it over. So you're going to trace big figure eights with that left knee. The left knee floats back up nice and high, and then it comes back around. So you're tracing an infinity symbol or a figure eight with your left knee. You may feel shakes, little shakes here and there, which is good. We're building strength. Toning our muscles. Getting a nice strong core all the way around, even into the back. One more time. And lower that left leg. Switch to the other side. Let your right leg float up with an inhale. Bend the right knee, and then on your next exhale, trace that figure eight. Bring that right knee next to the left knee, cross over and around and back up. Keep those fingertips spread wide. Use the floor as a prop, so you'll press that floor away. If you're clenching the teeth, clenching the jaw, try to find a little softness. Last time here. And lower that right leg. Good. Whew. On your next exhale, look toward the hands and walk or step your feet to your hands. Inhale to your half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Bend your knees. Sink your hips back. Bring your hands down by your side and then sweep them out to the side and up for chair pose. On your next exhale, straighten the legs and bring your hands to heart center. Awesome practice. Take your time to rebalance yourself, taking some deep breaths. Whew. All right. Come to the top of your mat. Bring your hands to prayer in front of the heart. Interlace the fingers, point to the pointer fingers. Feet are about hip width distance apart. Have a slight micro bend in the knees. And then on your next exhale, send those hands up over the crown. Lean to your left. Feel that stretch all the way in through the right side. Press the hips to the right. Keep breathing. Inhale back to center. Lean to your right. Press those hips to the left and feel the stretch all alongside the left side of the body. Inhale back to center. Lower the hands down in front of the heart and bring the hands back to Anjali Mudra, pointing all fingers up. Shift your weight to your left foot and step back with the right foot. Bend into that front knee and then anchor your back heel down behind you, and then have your feet wider apart on railroad tracks rather than on a balance beam. The hips are slightly more parallel with the front of the mat. But again, listen to your body. Our hips are all so different, so your shape may look a little bit different than mine, and that's okay. Have your hands down by your sides. On your next exhale, send your arms forward and up for warrior one. Relax your shoulders. Lower the hands down in front of the heart. Turn on those back toes. Send the arms back over the shoulders. Just one more deep breath here. Feel the stretch in through your right hip flexor. And exhale the hands to prayer in front of the heart. Kick off that back foot and with control, bring your weight to your front foot and come all the way to the front of the mat. Awesome. Interlace the fingers in front of the heart. Point those pointer fingers. Actually, let's curl those fingers back in. Let's switch whichever thumb is on top, just for a little bit of a difference. So when you switch, go ahead and take those fingers with them and then point those pointer fingers. Good. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, lean to your right. Press the hips to the left. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, lean to your left. Press the hips to the right. Inhale, back to center and lower the hands. Shake it out. Good. Bring your hands in Anjali Mudra, the mudra of gratitude, in front of the heart. Bring your weight to your right foot. Step back with your left foot. Big step back. Take the feet wider apart, as if they're on railroad tracks rather than on a balance beam. And then angle that back heel down. Plant it on the floor, on the mat, and then those back toes are slightly angled in. You'll start to feel a stretch in through the front of your left hip flexor, and then your front knee is over the front ankle. Arches are lifting. Inhale, reach the arms up for warrior one. Relax your shoulders. Notice where you can find a little more softness in this power posture. Turn on those back toes. Maybe you bring the feet a little closer together, more narrow railroad tracks. Bring the hands to heart center. Inhale the arms back over the shoulders. Extend your exhales longer than your inhales, especially when you get into some challenging postures. And lower the hands down in front of the heart. Kick off that back foot, and with control, come all the way to the front of the mat. Good. So a little bit of balance between postures there. Oh, Danny, thank you so much for your donation and for your support. It means the world to me and to Insight Timer here, as it really makes this happen at all. Now, I'm bringing a chair into this posture. I'm going to demonstrate a modification with our balance challenge. Feel free to grab a chair if you would like. You can also use, be near a wall for that extra balance support. So I'm going to demonstrate, you may just want to watch, I'm going to demonstrate the full posture. And then when we go, you can choose to do the full posture, or you can choose a modification. So I'll show the full posture and I'll show a couple of modifications first, okay? So we've done stork pose before. So stork pose is basically, it's kind of similar to tree pose in that we're balancing on one leg and then the other leg comes up. This is stork, but we're going to do a little bit more in this standing posture. So for the full posture, you would grab the outside edge of your foot or use a strap around that foot, and you'll extend that leg out, and then the same side arm. So I'm extending the right leg out, the right arm goes back. So this is the full posture. For modification, you would use a strap around that foot. The foot can be down. It can be straight out. Or you can use your hand, your left hand, underneath that right thigh. Or you can have the foot on the chair. Okay? All right, so you ready? Let's do this. All right. Getting into the initial posture, bring your hands to heart center, mountain pose with Anjali Mudra. Feet are about hip width distance apart. Bring your weight to your left foot. Exhale, let your right knee float upward, and either place that right foot on the chair, or you can use your left hand or the strap to support. And then you'll extend your right arm out to the side and gentle twist. Keep breathing. Imagine that you have roots growing in through that grounded foot and that it's fully supporting you. Think of it that you're using the floor as a prop as well. So you're pressing against the floor and then release. Awesome asana. Gently come out of the posture. Shake out that foot that was supporting you. We'll take that to the other side. Come back into your mountain pose with Anjali Mudra. Lift the arches, lift the toes, and lower the toes gently. Bring your weight to your right foot. Exhale, bend that left knee. And either place the sole of the left foot on that chair or reach down with your right hand to support the leg or to hold the foot with that leg extended. You could even use a strap around the sole of the foot. Stretch your left arm out and take your gentle twist. Keep breathing. And release. Hands come back to heart center. The foot floats down to the mat and shake out that right foot. You did awesome. If you had a prop, go ahead and set it to the side, and let's take this down to the floor. All the way down. Bring your heels toward the top of the mat and roll on down. Stretch the legs out. Reach the arms up over the sky, over your head. Feel really tall through the fingertips, all the way down to the tips of the toes. And then hug in. Rock from side to side. Let your left leg extend out and rest on the mat. Place your left palm on the outside of that right knee, and then send your right arm out to the side like a T or even a cactus arm. And then twist, a gentle twist. Bring that right knee across the body to the left. Look to your right. Come back out of this very gently. Extend your right leg out. Rest it on the mat. Hug the left knee into the chest. Hold the left knee with your right hand. Send your left arm out to your side like a T or cactus arm. On your next exhale, gently twist. Draw that left knee to the right and look to your left. If you ever hear any like gurgling or bubbles in the abdomen, that's good. It's just a sign that what you're doing is helping, supporting your body, facilitating your digestive system and the digestive process. On your next exhale, come back to center. Hug both knees into the chest so we can meet in happy baby pose. Happy baby for a happy Friday or Saturday. for those of us who are in Saturday already. Gently rock from side to side. You can extend those feet up so that the soles of the feet are shining toward the ceiling, and then take your modification. Maybe you hook the peace fingers around the big toes. Maybe you hold the outside or the insides of the feet. Maybe the backs of the thighs. Gently rock from side to side. You're doing great. And release. Your left foot finds the mat, your right foot finds the mat, and then walk your feet out. Get yourself into your comfortable lying down position for the practice of Yoga Nidra. The posture I'm demonstrating now is Shavasana. The heels are about shoulder width apart. The toes roll out naturally to the sides. This is like the most amazing practice. The Yoga Nidra is the most restorative, easiest forms of meditation for some. It's so great. So if this is your first time trying Yoga Nidra, you are in for a wonderful treat. In Shavasana, you can tuck your shoulder blades under the ribs. The hands can be really anywhere that feels most comfortable, out to the sides with palms face up, not touching the body. You can have the hands close to the body or even resting on the abdomen or on the heart. Make sure you'll be comfortable enough during this practice so that you can remain still. So if you do feel any sensations of discomfort through the practice, hey Danny, thank you. If you feel any sensations of discomfort while you're lying in Yoga Nidra, it's okay to move. Rather than reacting and moving instinctively, observe the body and just move with mindfulness and a response awareness. But take your time. So if you know you're not comfortable lying on your back, that's okay. You can lie down on your side. You can even take this practice to the comfort of your own bed. There are many ways to practice Yoga Nidra and many right ways. Many of them are right. Yoga Nidra can be used as a help to get to sleep, and there are many wonderful Yoga Nidra practices that can help you get to sleep. The practice of Yoga Nidra is a journey that can help you get into a really deep state of peace and calm. And so as we go through this journey, then when we stay or try to stay awake and alert during this practice, if possible, and what happens is your body physically falls asleep, but your mind is awake and aware that your body is asleep. So when you go into that deep sleep, the body goes into the deep sleep, you consciously experience the calmness during that deep sleep. And then when you come out of the Yoga Nidra journey, you remember that calmness. So you can take that calm and peace with you into your everyday life. And it helps you to deal with the stresses and the demands of life. And it's okay to fall asleep. I have students that feel guilty for falling asleep. If you fall asleep, that is just because you needed to, and it is okay. All right? So without further ado, the practice of Yoga Nidra begins now. Get cozy, get comfortable, and close your eyes. Taking a deep breath in through the nose, and sigh the breath out through the mouth. Let your body become heavy. Take in another deep, intentional breath in through the nose And as you exhale, sigh that breath out. Let go of any tension or tightness in the body. Continue to take a few more breaths like that, and then just return back to normal breathing. During this practice, we will practice sankalpa. A sankalpa is a short and positive statement that's said in the present tense, as if it's already happening. So something you want to see happen in your life. You come up with a short statement as if it's already happened. For example, today is the most amazing day of my life. I have harmonious relationships. I am loved so unconditionally. Maybe some of those examples resonated with you, and maybe they didn't. So take a few moments now to choose your sankalpa. Settle on your own sankalpa now. Let go of any thoughts of the sankalpa for just a moment and bring your awareness to within your body. Notice your eyes. Let your eyes feel heavy. Bring your awareness to your neck, shoulders, your torso, your arms, hips, legs, ankles, soles of the feet, and your toes. Bring your awareness to the space just outside of the body and feel anything in contact with your skin. Clothing, blankets, the yoga mat. And one more gentle inhale. Release the breath out. And relax, let go even more. Allow a sense of peace and contentment to fill your heart. With this feeling, say your sankalpa in your mind 3 times. Let your sankalpa fade back. Now we will move our awareness around the body. As I name a body part, either visualize that body part in your mind's eye or have a felt sense into that body part. If you like, you can visualize that body part lighting up with your favorite color. Right hand thumb, index finger, middle finger, ring finger, pinky, palm of the hand, back of the hand, wrist, forearm, elbow, upper arm, shoulder, armpit, right ribs, right waist, hip, thigh, knee, lower leg, ankle, heel, sole of the foot, top of the foot, right big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, fifth toe, left hand thumb, index finger, middle finger, ring finger, pinky, palm of the hand, back of the hand, wrist, forearm, elbow, upper arm, shoulder, armpit, left ribs, left waist, hip, thigh, knee, lower leg, ankle, heel, sole of the foot, top of the foot, left big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, fifth toe, whole body, whole body, whole body. Become the observer of the body. Recognize that you are watching the body. Recognize that you are watching and observing the mind. And bring your attention to your lower abdomen. Notice how it rises with every inhale and falls gently with every exhale. Count every exhale now from 10 all the way down to 1. Let go of the counting of your breath. Let yourself feel heavy, as if your body is made of lead, heavy. Now feel light, weightless, like a feather floating through the air. Let go of the sensations of opposites. Bring your awareness to the screen of your mind. And in this screen, across this screen, visualize a red rose, a pine tree, an emerald green field of grass, a pathway through this field, a big puffy cloud, a raindrop, an empty bed, a dining table, a rainbow, the rising sun. Release these visualizations from your mind and remember your sankalpa. Say your sankalpa with that same passion 3 times in your mind. Let your sankalpa fade back. Allow yourself to stay in the state of Yoga Nidra for as long as you would like. Whenever you're ready to get up and move on with your day, treat yourself very gently. Take a deep yet gentle breath. And as you exhale, stretch into your fingers and hands, rotate the wrists, stretch into the toes and feet and ankles, point and flex the feet. Make your way over to your favorite side. And stay here for 3 gentle, slow breaths and feel yourself completely supported by whatever you have beneath you. Imagine that the earth itself is supporting you. With your top hand, easily press yourself up into a comfortable seated pose. Meet with hands at heart center. The practice of Yoga Nidra is complete. Thank you so much for your presence. You are a gift. Namaste.